Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Some people are condemning him, others commending him. House Republicans divided over Speaker Mike Johnson. At issue, legislation to ban TikTok and provide foreign aid to allies. The Senate set to take the bill up this week. Amy Kiley has the latest.
I am so proud of the Speaker Mike Johnson.
Some Republicans are on opposite sides over House Speaker Mike Johnson.
He needs to do the right thing to resign.
The controversy involves a bill the Senate is expected to pass this week. It provides aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, and bans TikTok unless the platform changes owners. The legislation is a combination of 4 bills the House passed Saturday, with Democrats helping overcome hardline Republican opponents.
He's going to cause us to lose the majority at this point. He's completely demotivated our base.
A handful of Republicans so strongly oppose the measure, they want to oust Johnson from his leadership role. In particular, they object to the funding for Ukraine.
We're going to fight in Congress to do everything we can to stop this type of uniparty leadership. Mike Johnson's speakership is over.
Johnson says he won't resign. It's unclear if Democrats would save him, but some say they would try.
He did the right thing here, and he deserves to keep his job.
As for the bill itself, it has a strong chance of becoming law. President Joe Biden supports it, and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he plans to bring it to the floor tomorrow.
I think there's a lot of support for the bill in the Senate.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Closer to home, Omaha police headed into the weekend keeping a close eye on one of the city's newest attractions. Joe Jordan has more.
Pepper balls, that's right. Pepper balls were on display in downtown Omaha recently as police were called to break up a crowd of approximately 150 juveniles who were at the new Riverfront Park without any adult supervision. That's the new $400 million Riverfront Park. I'm Joe Jordan reporting. Police tell us that the officers were called here last weekend to break up a large and disorderly crowd. We're told the police initially got everything under control, but then a large fight broke out, and that found police going to the pepper balls to break things up. One arrest was made. No injuries were reported. Going forward, parents are being urged not to leave their kids here unsupervised. The park is open from 5 in the morning till 11 at night, and so far there's no indication that a curfew might be used to try and keep things under control here. But it also appears that that option is still on the table. In Omaha, Joe Jordan, News Channel, Nebraska.
A Panhandle school is the latest, joining the trend of shorter school weeks. The Kimball Public Schools Board of Education last week approved shifting their district to a 4-day week beginning next school year. That followed a winter survey of parents. The district officials had mostly returned positive feedback on the change. The new schedule adds an hour to the school day, which will now be 8 hours, Monday through Thursday. On Fridays, the district will still be offering food services and an elementary after-school program in the mornings. Kimball is the 7th Nebraska district to switch to 4 days, joining Banner County, Conestoga, Weeping Water, Minutair, Hay Springs, and Wynot. Staying in education, the Beatrice Educational Foundation giving away 6 figures worth of scholarships to graduating seniors at Beatrice High School. Scholarships over $100,000 awarded to graduates during a ceremony yesterday. A total of 40 scholarships from families donating to the foundation were announced. The Beatrice Educational Foundation honored retired Beatrice Middle School social studies teacher Mike Poliski as the foundation's Friend of Education honoree. Poliski still substitute teaches and helps at other schools when needed. 3 new inductees into the Beatrice Educational Foundation Hall of Fame were also honored. Well, the doctor told Carrie Buckley her kidneys would fail, but a donation saved her life. Kyle Mathis has more.
In 2016, Carrie Buckley went to get her blood work done. When she left, she felt perfectly fine. A day later, she got a call from her doctor about her kidney. She had a disease called focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, and her kidney was functioning at 26%, but she never felt any different.
They asked me if I'd had any symptoms. Did I have any swelling, shortness of breath, diabetes? I had nothing.
After being put on medication, her kidney hit 20% in 2020, which put her on the donation list.
No matter what happened, my kidneys were going to fail. That's what the doctors told me. It was just a matter of time. So I would either need dialysis or a transplant.
In August of 2020, she found a compatible kidney for transplant. By then, her kidney was functioning at 10%.
As I was getting ready in the morning, I would look at my face and it was gray. And I knew that I was getting sicker. When my husband walked in the next morning, he says, "Your face has so much color in it now." He says, "I didn't realize how sick you had been."
Since then, Buckley is working full-time and is back to her normal life.
And I'm doing very, very well. No symptoms, back to my daily life, working out, making sure I'm eating correctly, like everyone should.
More than 106,000 people are on the transplant list, 92,000 of which are waiting for a kidney. April is National Donate Life Month, and Buckley is grateful that somebody became an organ donor to save hers.
I want people to know when you go to get your driver's license, mark that little heart, because you don't need those organs when you leave. There are so many people on this earth that do need organs.
Since her transplant, she has seen her children graduate and her daughter get married. She also just did a community walk in Omaha, where she met other transplant recipients.
With that organization donation, I don't know if I would have got to experience watching my kids graduate, watching my daughter walk down the aisle with her dad. It's changed my life a lot.
In Fairbury, Kyle Mathis, News Channel, Nebraska.
Omaha's first ever Spanish language opera opened over the weekend. Ana Ruth Lugo Mejia got a chance to get a behind-the-scenes look before opening night.
Everything is ready for Opera Omaha to premiere its first ever Spanish language opera in May. El último sueño de Diego y Frida is set on the day of the death in 1957 and focuses on famed muralist Diego Rivera and his wife, painter Frida Kahlo. It's directed by Lorena Massa.
It's in Spanish also that it's a special project for me. Rarely I have the chance to do an opera in Spanish. We have very few operas in Spanish. So that's a plus for me. And of course, the main characters, the inspiration of this opera, Frida and Diego, which are huge, amazing cultural icons from Mexico, from Latin America, that represent us in so many ways.
Laura León plays the character Katrina in the opera, which will debut on May 3rd.
And I see myself reflected in her very much. And this role has given me the freedom to be truly who I am on stage and come to stage with full force.
This is the opera's fourth production and its first outside of California. Massa says being part of this project is a source of pride.
It is very important that we can be represented by these amazing artists. They were so unique, so unique that they became universal. So it's a privilege.
Leon says the company is one in a million since they are looking to diversify and attract new audiences. She has enjoyed working with the cast and hopes the public likes the result.
I hope that audiences get to relax and enjoy the music. I hope that they get to love what they visually experience. And I hope they just try something new.
Tickets are now on sale at the Opera Omaha website. In Omaha, Ana Ruth Lugo Mejia, News Channel, Nebraska.
We'll never let it be said that kids today don't appreciate what came before them. Student DJs at Wayne State's KWSC-FM radio spent the weekend doing away with digital playlists in favor of spinning records. The radio station took part in its annual Vinylthon, 48 straight hours of programming with all the music being played on vinyl. Organizers say physical media still has a place in the digital era.
It's good to kind of talk about the importance of music and physical media because musicians make most of their money from physical media. And I think buying that physical media is a good way to support people who you listen to and love every day.
as DJs. It's cool to be actual disc jockeys for once. So that's really fun. I'm really excited about it, and I have a passion for vinyls. I have a large collection.
This was the second year of the Vinylthon, which was supported in part by a $1,500 grant from the Wayne State Foundation. It coincides with Record Store Day, a nationwide event that spotlights independent record stores with special releases and deals on vinyl records. Well, it was cold and a bit snowy in the Panhandle over the weekend, but residents in one town were thinking spring. The city of Sydney marked its recognition as a Tree City USA. On Saturday, the event included a presentation of a Tree City USA banner to city council members and a demonstration on how to plant and care for a tree. The designation is offered by the Arbor Day Foundation, given to cities that put in effort to re-tree their communities. The city officials say they'll plant a tree in Legion Park once things warm up to celebrate the designation. And a lot's happened in our world over 5 decades, but one man has dedicated all of that time to keeping his community safe. Jake Bartecki has more.
A Southeast Nebraska volunteer fire department held a special ceremony for a special member of their history. Since 1974, Terry Petrachik has been a member of the Crete Volunteer Fire Department, holding numerous titles. On Sunday, they held a 50-year anniversary open house in his honor.
He's always been a very proud member of this department and always wanted us to operate at the highest standard.
Fire Chief Todd Allen has been on the force since the year 2000, half as long as Terry has. He noted the number of advances and ideas Petrachik has brought in his time with the department, noting his ability to speak his mind.
50 years. 50 years, kind of a little jaunt for anybody, but it's been both good and bad. I've seen the worst, seen the best.
Petrachik has spent time as a rescue lieutenant, rescue captain, treasurer, and most recently, president. He's the 4th member of the department to reach 50 years. The Crete community packed the fire department to the brim to celebrate the accomplishment.
It shows you what Terry's meant to the town, right? I mean, yeah, he's lived here his whole life, was the postmaster for a while, but Terry has affected a lot of people. I don't know how many of these people in the building today that he had worked on medically, but he's affected a lot of people in this town.
Recently, Petrachik was diagnosed with lung cancer. It started out as a case of pneumonia, but turned out to be more. Allen said the community and the department have come together to support him, but Terry's work ethic hasn't changed.
And he came to us at an officers meeting and said, hey, I got this thing, but I got this thing going on, but I'm going to try and make calls. I mean, who? Right? No, Terry, you get better. Take care of yourself. He was upset that, yeah, he wasn't going to be making calls.
In Crete, Jake Bartecki, News Channel, Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com, click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.